What's going on, Port fans? Welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we're going to review round 22, Port Adelaide versus GWS. A massive win in front of 32,000 people. Now, I do apologise, this is going to be quite a quick review because obviously with the time factor and me wanting to go to bed, this is obviously going to be pretty quick, and I do apologise for the lateness of it on a Monday morning as well. But yeah, what a great win. We're finally back on the winners list. We've locked in the top 4 spot, and we defeated the Giants outfit that looked a little bit off. We sort of caught them off guard a little bit with a fast start as well. So let's get straight into it. Let's review round 22, Port Adelaide versus GWS, retro style. Firstly, how good was it wearing the tri-bolt Guernsey? It looked absolutely fantastic, and for it to look so aesthetically pleasing to the eye, and many of the players actually look really, really good in the Guernsey. And I think it definitely came out better than many expected. I know obviously people got a lot of opinions about the Guernsey, but majority of them positive. But I just think that's, yeah, an absolutely fantastic retro style to go with for this year. And I'm glad we came out winners on top, beating the Giants by 9 goals. It was certainly something that we didn't anticipate. I definitely did think, I had this confidence that we were going to win throughout the whole week. But to come out and win by 9 goals in a pretty dominant performance throughout the whole game. It was a 4-quarter performance. Giants had the little moments of domination, probably early in the late in the third, and then early fourth. But every player contributed at certain stages of the game, and that was certainly something that was very pleasing. You look at the midfield. I thought Wines was best on ground. That was his best game all year for the club. Rosie Butters did their thing. And then Jason Horne-Francis had 27 and kicked 3. So that's a midfield dominance there from us, with Sam Hayes doing a great job in the first 3 quarters. Sort of died off a little bit when he got subbed out for Francis Evans. I thought that was a bit of an unnecessary subbing, actually, in the end, the way that Briggs sort of brought that back in terms of the domination in the ruck and the way the Giants sort of had their momentum patches. It was because of that, and they got their clearances going, but besides that little negative throughout the whole day, we were just back to Port Adelaide. Our pressure was a lead up for DBJ, McEntee, Power Pepper. They were all fantastic. In the midfield, our pressure was really good. As I said, Wines, just the way he was moving, the way he was crumbing and getting those contested possessions out to the Rosie and Butters. If he's doing that coming into September, we're going to be a completely different side. We don't have Rosie and Butters going after to get their own footy, and they're very much capable to do so, as we've seen. But if Wines is feeding them, then we just look so much better and so much cleaner around the contest. And he's back to his bull best, his bullish best, and it was so good to see. And that was probably the main takeaway for me, was seeing Ollie Wines put in a performance like that. I thought his year has been average or just above average. He's had his moments. Definitely been great as captain when Jonas hasn't been in, but yeah, I think his work rate and his ability in this game was just phenomenal, and he definitely was back to his Brownlow best. Miles Bergman's first quarter was on crack, pretty much. I thought his game definitely quieter. He had 4 disposals after quarter time. Like, I don't know if his role changed or anything like that, or the magnets have moved around a little bit, but definitely didn't see as much as he did in the first quarter. But his damage was done in the first quarter with 11 touches, 3 goals, and hit the scoreboard, which, if he's like that for a better period of time, he's a dominant player, and I'm really, really impressed with the way he's been able to utilise the footy and really dominate the play, and he's definitely going to be a player for us come into the future. I thought as well, looking at certain players around the ground, Finlayson was very good, Marshall was good in patches as well, Ollie Lord had his moments, kicked the first goal of the game, which was really impressive. I think as well, you look at even like Lockie Jones type, Tom Jonas was really good. Dylan Williams had his moments. Like, everyone had bits and pieces. What was really impressive is we really made a mess of the Giants' backline, and they've been talked up as elite, and I personally agree. Like, they're fantastic. Buckley, Taylor, Iden, and Himmelberg, and all these players have been sensational this year. But Finlayson, Marshall, Lord, Rioli, they all just came to play. They all just looked really good and were really, really impressive. And we made them look second rate. And I think that's something the Giants definitely wouldn't have expected. And that's that forward pressure, keeping it locked in inside 50. Obviously, I think One of the things there is the score against is still in the 80s, so that's a little bit concerning going forward. But other than that, I don't think that's going to be too much of a talking point. I think it's just something to notice, especially against the teams that do have scoring power. We definitely kept Toby Green a little bit down throughout the day. Kelly and Canilio were certainly not at their best, but they still had impacts. I think Drew did a pretty good job around the midfield, but it just shouldn't matter too much, especially when performances like our midfield had. We have the footy. As soon as we have the footy, there is no issues with the opposition because we're offensive, we're playing, we're attacking. Kane Farrell with his beautiful left leg. Burton, I thought, was really solid. Like, these players were just contributing throughout the day. And I reckon I noticed that last week against the Cats as well. And that flowed in, especially with the players coming back we had. And we still have players to come back as well. Just really impressive. And I'm really proud of the performance. And I'm really proud of, us going back into retro and putting in a performance like that. As I said in the preview, that we don't lose often in one-off game Guernseys. And again, wearing this and we just look fantastic. Lear in the long sleeve as well. Thoroughly impressive. So well done, boys. Locked in a top 4 spot. And I'm really happy with the game because I can actually watch a replay now and be satisfied. So that is my review. I have not too much else to add with that one. Just a clinical performance at the Adelaide Oval. And it was just really good to see the Guernseys. And that's all I can sum up, really. I'm sure there's bits and pieces throughout the day that were definitely needed to be summed up. The umpiring as well. Not going to dive in too much on that one. The standard's pretty poor, but I'm not going to rampage on that. And yeah, Jason Horn-Francis land. We're all in it. Just subscribe to it. Subscribe to the pair. Thank you very much for watching, Port fans. My name's Anthony, and as always, come the pair.